Hello, my name is Nicole Martinez with ILTA, and today I'm with Peter Zver from Ticket. This is a product showcase provided by a vendor related to mobile time entry. We hope you find this short presentation and demo useful, and we'd like to thank Ticket for agreeing to present. I will now hand it over to Peter.
Thank you, Nicole. I think the best way to demonstrate mobile timekeeping is through a series of use cases. At the end of these use cases, we should have a good understanding of mobile timekeeping and how it relates to a compelling ROI for this technology. Our first use case scenario is waking up in the morning, checking your iPhone, reflecting on the day that just passed, and see if you can capture time by engaging in work even prior to arriving at the office. So let's take a look. First of all, as you can see, we're demonstrating this on an iPhone. Immediately on entry of the application, you'll have a form that's sitting there waiting for you to engage. What we're going to do is select a matter very quickly. You can see right away that you have a series of favorite matters that appear. Not only do you have a series of favorite matters, but you have the ability to search the service, your server, for your entire range of matters that are present on in your practice management system. In this case, since they're recent matters, and I'm pretty much engaged in what we call repetitive tasks, I'm going to select insurance litigation right off my recent list. And as you can see, it populates the field. Notice the face field appears. Again, the application mimics your desktop, so any validation required at desktop will be presented on the mobile device. What we're doing is creating a fully validated entry, including phase and task in this example. We also have the expansion codes so that we can create some input efficiencies. All that is loaded from the desktop. So what you see in front of you is a fully validated time entry, which we've done very, very quickly, very simply, and we're doing this remotely, even before arriving at the office to start the work day. We're going to upload the entry here, and this entry, as you can see, it's uploaded successfully. It is now residing in your practice management system or in your Carpe Diem at the desktop, ready for upload to your practice management system. That quick and that easy. Moving on, okay. Next use case, catching a flight time-constrained environment. Probably the most popular and the use case and UI that contributes the greatest to the ROI for mobile timekeeping, based on stats that we've compiled over the last 3 years. So imagine, in a time-constrained environment, trying to catch a flight and trying to get some time in while you're engaging in a service delivery. What you notice in the application, upper right-hand corner, Express. It's a toggle. By simply toggling to Express mode, puts the device into a very, very simple state to capture the bare essence of a time entry, hence revenue, almost like a sticky note. So what we see here, I'm going to toggle over to Express. Again, imagine trying to catch a flight, putting in a couple of entries very quickly, and we'll see how that goes. Notice the interface, very simple, one field. You can't get simpler than this. We're dictating the entry here, 2 hours, Jones file, review matter regarding risk-reward profile. It captures it, we send it, and we upload it. That's simple. Notice the cursor, 1.25 hours, hyphen, Lenovo file, hyphen, review latest offer pretrial. Entry number 2 is now being sent. So within a span of 30 seconds, we're capturing 2 entries on the fly in a time-constrained environment. As you can see, it's very, very compelling in terms of speed of input. We could also use text. Again, our expansion codes can be used very quickly. And I'm putting in the 3rd entry using the Express mode. So what you see here is 3 entries under 45 seconds in a time-constrained environment. And typically, this is a workflow that is already exists in most law firms where time is being sent to email systems, to voicemails quickly. However, this bypasses the risk, gives you all the rewards, meaning time entries are landing in your timekeeping system, Carpe Diem, with full visibility, full awareness to all the stakeholders. If I want to revert back to my full form input, i.e. validated mode, I simply can, I'm just finishing off that entry. I could just simply add time at the upper left-hand corner, and now I revert back to my normal state, which will prompt me for matter and all the fields, et cetera, et cetera. So as you can see, the express mode is a very, very powerful, simple UI that is literally loved by attorneys, and again, contributes to the ROI that I spoke about. Imagine now we missed that flight and now we're in an airport lounge. So no more time constrained environment. Actually, I have a lot of time and I like to convert my downtime to productive time, meaning I want to engage fully with timekeeping. And what we're going to see here very quickly, here we go. Back into the application, again, in the airport lounge, and review the calendar very quickly. I see my hours. Remember the entries I put in through express time, all visible, and I like to correct them. They're incomplete at this state. I'll take the first one. First entry, as you can see, I hit the update button. I'm going to edit it and basically apply some validation fields. Again, selecting the matter, it's again prompting me for phase and task. Again, if the matter does not require, it will not prompt. Editing the description because I used it as a sticky note. So obviously I'm going to remove some of my notes and convert those notes into the appropriate fields. Notice the validation here in the hours. It does not accept 1.25 because this is a 0.1 increment matter. So we're choosing the right increment, and I'm ready to update the entry. So airport lounge, correcting some of my rapid fire entries that I put in because I do have the luxury of time. In this case, I could actually send it to Carpe Diem, or I could even send and close the entry because it's fully validated, and this entry would now move over into my practice management system if I so desire. And here we go. As you can see, it's corrected now, 1.3 hours. It's fully updated. I could close it here and notice my calendar has the right totals as well. And it's available in my list. So as you can see, downtime to productive time. We've used the application, again, the iPhone. Again, it's available on Android as well. And on the Windows Phone, same functionality, slightly different UI, but exact same capabilities. The final use case is in the office, i.e. a desktop companion. And this sort of breaks the stereotype of mobile timekeeping. We always assume mobile timekeeping is designed for on the road, and I'm trying to capture time away from the office. However, what we're seeing more and more is that attorneys engage in the consumer experience of an iPhone, iPad, and actually become better timekeepers using mobile technology in the office, hence desktop companion. So as a desktop companion, what you see typically is an iPad sitting next to a keyboard or a laptop, where timekeeping in that is moved over onto that platform, which offers much more mobility, much more simplicity, and a much more personal experience. So let's take a look. As you can see on an iPad, same application, same download for the App Store. However, the application senses the device and leverages the full real estate available, or screen real estate available from an iPad. So side-by-side lookups, I'm going to emulate or mimic the same entry I did on an iPhone. So here we go. I'm taking same matter and again prompting me for the various lookups. Again, all the labels, all the lookups mimic what's on the desktop and your practice management system. Using the quick text expansion codes, which are also locally available. And remember, everything I'm doing here, iPhone, iPad, is available online or offline. Same experience, except for the direct search against the server. So I've just uploaded the entry. Again, I'm in the office now, desktop companion. I'm going to jump over to another popular interface, which is the timers. What we're seeing more and more is attorneys are moving away from using their timers as part of their desktop and isolating them on their companion device, which is their iPad, for the simple reason of this type of interface. Much friendly, easy for touch, easy for engagement, and again, very mobile. Walking through conference rooms, engaging in timekeeping right across the office as opposed to right at their desk. Let's start off a timer here. I'm going to start the second timer here. I got interrupted by a phone call. Start the timer on a matter I'm already working on. Notice how I can quickly engage in the narrative, which is at the forefront. Cursor positioning is very intelligent, and I could engage in that very quickly, as well as in the on the time on the left. When I stop one timer, the other one start another one. The other one stops, and as you can see, I'm now engaging in another timer. What I'll do here, I'm going to be stopping this timer and then clicking the increment tab, the pluses and minuses, to up the time to 15 minutes. I'm upping it to 30 minutes. So I can not only use the clock, but I could also engage in the increments on the left. Not only can I engage in these increments, but I could also switch into decimal mode, meaning, some of the decimal users can engage equally with the timer, just like the stopwatch users. And this one you can see is ticking over here, and it's at 0.5, but it's still ticking, and it will increment according to the validation required in terms of increments. So the iPad, again, good desktop companion, very visual, same functionality as the iPhone. As you can see, I'm going to load the calendar. You've seen that before. I have access to my edit screen, so in the airport lounge, I could be using a pad instead of an iPhone. Whichever, both work equally, same functionality. So what we've done is the 4 use cases. Early morning at home, full entry validated. We caught a flight, time-constrained environment, jot them down through the Express interface. Again, the most popular one that contributed to ROI and attorney favorite. Airport lounge, which demonstrates the downtime to productive time. And again, leveraging mobility within the office to improve timekeeping performance. The ROI, important. It's not just financial. As you can see, 1 hours per month per timekeeper of newfound time. Essentially, newfound time, what we mean by that is early morning, late evenings, weekends, small increments, what we call the crumbs. And a lot of law firms agree it's a good measure of ROI for mobile timekeeping. Not only do we get the financial rewards in terms of revenue and profitability, but it also improves timekeeping velocity, meaning time entries are getting into the system much quicker, meaning more accuracy, better quality, and that equals more credibility on your invoicing. And obviously more credibility equals better client relationships. So 2-pronged ROI, revenue and relationships. And often the relationship part is forgotten. So hopefully these 4 use cases have convinced you in terms of the ROI, and that concludes the presentation on mobile timekeeping. Pass it on to you, Nicole.
Thanks again to Ticket and Peter for taking the time to share their product, Ticket Carpe Diem. We do hope this was beneficial and encourage you to share this with your colleagues and friends. We hope you have a wonderful day, and always remember to tell a friend about ILTA. Thank you.